Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's Friday, and we obviously had Mr. Chairman Jerome Powell talk today, and it set the markets going down. So we're going to take a look at it. Powell's still hawkish, looks like right now. So we'll take a look at it, obviously what he had to say. We'll take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin has been basically going down ever since then. Miners as well. So we'll take a look at that, and that's all we got for today. No real miners news or anything like that, so it'll be an easy day. All right. As always, you guys know the drill here. I'm invested in the following coins and companies, not financial advice. Do your own research, as always, and don't fall for scams, please. All right. Let's take a look at what Powell had to say. We'll just cover relatively quickly, and then we'll look at the miners, see what's going on with them as well, and Bitcoin in general. So Powell's speech was short, not sweet. Here's how it affects investors and traders. So most of us are investors here for the long term. At least I am. Excuse me. So it is compiled. First things we want to get into some of the macroeconomics here. So the data is for July. So it is compiled and published by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. So this is what we're looking at here. This is just some little data here before we get into what Powell is talking about. So personal income hit the tape at basically 0.2 year over year. Wall Street was looking for 0.06, which is obviously a good beat there. Personal spending crossed at 0.01% month over month. Obviously, the smart guys with erasers and calculators were expecting 0.4. So obviously, a nice beat there. So we're down, obviously, on that. So this is clear evidence of slowing economic growth and activity, which is what we want to see, obviously. And it would obviously help us going forward that possibly Powell might not be as hawkish going forward. But his comments today were still hawkish. So on the consumer level, inflation using personal consumption expenditures, or PCE, the Fed's favored measurement for such price discovery, month-over-month PCE printed at negative 0.1%. So that was down, so that was good, while core PCE hit 0.1% up. So that wasn't bad either. Expectations were for the month-over-month inflation of plus 0.1% at the headline and 0.3% at the core. So obviously this is really good thing here that we're seeing in PCE data. So basically no month-over-month inflation, which is good. And then core inflation is now at its weakest since last Halloween. So that is also good news. So it seems like we're pulling back, and that's something we want to see continue going forward. So here's the Fed chair. Here's what he had to say. Basically, the speech was a warning that the monetary policy is likely to remain aggressively hawkish, even at considerable cost to the economy, despite the above data released just today that shows the current consumer level inflation is not exactly out of control. So they're going to be meeting again in September to discuss as far as what the rates are going to be going up. Hopefully they take this data into account, and then we'll see what the CPI data is for August as well in September, so a couple weeks away. Powell, by extension, the committee apparently want to not only control inflation and pull annual inflation down to their 2% goal, but also wants to completely stamp out any expectations for anything other than stable prices. In fact, Powell opens with comments on how key price stability is as the bedrock of the economy, which it obviously is. We don't want to see huge inflations, obviously. Powell earnestly states that the steps taken to slow the rate of investment and spending will bring down inflation. They will also bring some pain to households and businesses. Those are the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation, but a failure to restore price stability would mean far greater pain. And in a sense, that is true. We can't have rampant inflation going on. Going down here, Powell leaves you with this. The longer the current bout of inflation continues, the greater the chance that expectations of higher inflation will become entrenched. So that's obviously his fear there. And they're tackling it by raising, 75 basis points in the last two times. We'll see if we get that again in September or not. Maybe we'll get 50 basis points, depending on how the CPI data comes in for, obviously, August. So where do we go from here? So the speech was an attempt by Fed Chair Powell to tell the investing public that they are willing to and even intend to damage the U.S. economy in order to further arrest both inflation and inflation expectations. For you and I, it comes down to whether we think the committee will blink once there is no doubt about economic contraction and once the labor market is indisputably at the epicenter of the contraction. So something to be aware of what might happen. As an investor, it's basically telling us to reduce overall long side exposure and to especially lighten up on tech and growth type investments. So obviously Bitcoin miners, right? Tech side. And we'll take a look at the markets here in a little bit. but they're obviously not doing good. He even indicated that another jumbo interest rate hike might be necessary in the near future. You and I both know that this will be an error in policy. Now, I'm not an economist, so I don't know. But obviously, they're thinking about another 75 basis points possibly in September. As a trader, I mean, you just got to kind of, you trade in and out and you go with the flow of things. As an investor, you kind of looking to invest in long-term, dollar cost average in. And, hopefully we get this ship turned around on inflation and we start doing much better going, each month afterwards. So let's take a look at the markets right now. The markets are down pretty badly. Nasdaq is down 3.24% right now on the day. Dow Jones ETF is down 2.34%, and the S&P 500 is down 2.66%. So obviously a red day across the board here in the markets. Looking at Bitcoin is also down about 4% on the day so far. Ethereum is down 8%. And we're still not the same levels as we were before on the RSI. On the daily chart here on Bitcoin, we can see here that we were at approximately 33 or so, and we were at a price of around 20,800. We've obviously fallen below that right now. And the RSI is at 34, so we're a little bit higher. So I think we may be going down a little bit more, especially into the weekend now, since we got Saturday and Sunday to go into, and then we'll see what happens next week. But right now, I think we're possibly going to be going down. Our support is at 19,551. We have battled with it here previously, but we're able to get above it, and we did get above our resistance of 23,800 for a couple days, but eventually fell down below it here in the last 2 weeks or so. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, see how this happens to play out. On the 1 hour chart, we are obviously looking pretty close to being oversold. We did bounce off of that 30 RSI line here, and we're back up above it. Looking at the 200 weekly moving average, what I want to take a look at, we're still way below it now. We were above it for quite a while, but we've obviously fallen below it ever since we've fallen below our support here at 23,800. So our support next is going to be the 19,500. We'll have to see if we can basically stay above it. Same is probably for Ethereum. Ethereum has obviously had a huge correction here going on right now. The good thing is the RSI is about 40, and it's about the same spot, a little bit lower than where it was before. So it's not too bad right now with the RSI outlook on Ethereum. All right, let's take a look at the miners here really quick, and then we'll call it a day. We'll go into the 1 hour chart, get rid of the 200 close. There we go. So let's take a look at ANY. ANY is down 4.68% to 64 cents. You can see here the last couple hours has been obviously trending down lower. Let's go to the daily chart. That might show us a little bit better. It seems like we've plateaued a little bit here on ANY as far as down price on it. We've been trading kind of at this low here for the last couple of days here, looks like this week. We have been lower than that before, which wouldn't surprise me if we do go a little bit lower as well. Argo is actually up today, 4.42% to 46 cents, almost 47 cents. And this one's kind of been all over the place here with pricing on the daily. Looking at the chart, there might be some support here around 43 cents. Other than that, it's probably right around here, 35 cents after that. So we'll have to see where that one ends up at. Bit Digital, big day down, 10.56% down right now. It's $2.44. We may have some support here, looks like, at around $1.41 or so. Other than that, we're probably going down to previous lows here. Looks like $1.22 or so if that doesn't hold right now. And the RSI has been holding pretty well here on it. And we were much lower, obviously, in the RSI here back in June 13th when we hit the lows. So we'll see how that one plays out. Bitfarms was down 7.19% still. We still have about an hour sort of go in the trading day. And they are at $1.36 right now. Had a pretty good couple of days here where we were green this week, and then obviously we've been falling down. We did hit a nice rebound here in the last month or so, where we've gone up in price on Bitfarms from the low to the high of about, almost 123%. And since then, we have fallen down 42% roughly on the daily chart in 9 trading days roughly. So pretty big pullback on Bitfarms. CleanSpark is down 6.71% to $4.31. It had also a pretty nice run up here in the last couple of weeks, and it was up basically 76%. At the most was 78%. It is now down. Oh, where'd it go? Let's see if we can do this. It is down right now about 36%, so not too bad. Might be a good buying opportunity. Still waiting to get a little bit more shares of Bitfarms and CleanSpark, but just waiting on some cash to come in. Cores is down 3.89%, which isn't too bad, actually. It's at $2.47 right now. It has had also a nice run up here in the last couple of weeks from its low to the high. It's gone up 144% as well. And then we've probably taken down, another 40% from the peak here that we had. Down to the low, we had almost 31%. So we are at 28% right now. So Core is still doing pretty well. DigiHost was down 6.29% to 97 cents. It's been coming down here for quite a while, and it is testing possibly getting close to testing new all-time lows, or 52-week lows at least, on that one. DMG is down 3.75% to 23 cents. It has also come way down here in the last couple of trading days. Greenedge is down 6.07% to $2.63. Hive is down quite a bit, 9.82% to $4.41. Hive has had also a pretty nice run up here in the last couple of weeks. It's gone up 155% in appreciation, and it has fallen back down from the high to here about 41%. So seems to be in line with some of the other miners. Hut 8 also is down 7.74% to $2.09. It has also gone way up here in the past couple of weeks to the peak of 180% and down to approximately 44%. So down a little bit more than Hive was. Iris Energy is down 2.6% today to $4.87. Kind of the same trajectory here, going up and then down. Luxfolio is up actually today, 9.14% to 8 cents, 8.6 cents. Marathon is down today 11.3% to $11.42. It had a huge run up here as well from the bottom to the top. It was up 253%, so a huge gain on it. And then, 42 days, roughly 29 trading days. And if we look at it here, going down, we are down about 39%, so almost 40% on that in the recent couple of weeks. Mawson was up 6.65% today to 72 cents. Riot down 7.81% to $6.85. Riot has gone up from the bottom here to the top 156%, so not as good as Marathon has, but it looks like we are in for a little bit of correction, 34% down right now as well in Riot. So Luna was down 9.88% today so far at $3.01, and Stronghold is down 7.67% to $1.87. So, and this one's been going all over the place and it's been falling back down. So, not a good day for the miners or Bitcoin in general. With the Fed being hawkish right now, it's gonna be a bumpy ride, at least for the next couple of weeks, until we hear what they decide to do on the CPI data and what the Fed rate is going to be going into September. So if they raise it 50 basis points, that would be great. If they raise it 75 basis points, not so great. And we'll have to kind of, tread water with Bitcoin and the miners here for the next couple of months, possibly, until they start being a little bit more dovish than hawkish, I would think. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you hit the like button, helps me out tremendously. The YouTube algorithm gets this video out to other people as well. And then if you enjoy the content, subscribe. That helps me out as well. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Obviously, today's Friday, so we'll probably do something tomorrow on a video. Maybe not, maybe Sunday. I think I'll do a video on that one. Tomorrow I'm going to be really busy. So next video coming out Sunday. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you guys then.